Barbell deadlifts. This is without a doubt one of the greatest functional lifts, if not the greatest functional lift of all time. It gets a really bad rap, particularly from doctors, because they see over 100 patients a year coming in complaining about back pain or herniated disc, from people that just simply overload with too much weight and not enough core stability and strength to actually be able to handle the weight that they're lifting. So it's important that when you do this lift, you find a weight that's suitable for you and focus on the technique and doing it correctly over the flare of putting a whole bunch of weight on there and trying to impress somebody. And I'll tell you a secret, I've worked in the gym for a long time, nobody cares. Focus on doing what's right for you. What you're going to do for this exercise is set up hip to shoulder width apart with your feet. Toes can be straight or pointed slightly out, depending on what feels comfortable. I'm going to come up to the barbell and get it almost touching my shins. Some people actually, I've heard them say, let it touch your shins. I'm a bit taller despite how the video makes me look. Sumo deadlifts tend to be easier for me just because of the way my body is built. It's a better option. I use more of my glutes. It takes pressure off my back. But for the sake of this, I'm going to teach you how I do it. I stand with my shins about this far away, about maybe 2 inches away from the bar. You're going to come down into this position and you want to think about creating a triangle with your body. My hips are above my knees. My shoulders are above my hips. And from there I'm going to push through my heels to bring that bar in a straight line up to the tall standing position. Another thing you want to focus on and your setup on this lift is keeping your shoulder blades down and back so you're raising your chest, keeping your lats nice and tight and engaged, and keeping constant tension through your arms. If your arms bend, the power ends. A really common mistake that I see is people want to jerk this bar up so they drop down and then pull and they let all the tension out of their shoulders. That's not good. Don't do that. Keep your shoulders nice and tight. Big chest, drive through your heels, straight line up with the bar. Make sure you're pushing your hips all the way through at the top so that the weight is loaded to your hips and not your lower back. You can drop the bar or control it back down to the floor. I'm going to show you this again from a lateral view. So the way that my back's nice and flexed right there as I'm rolling it around, don't let that happen during your deadlift. Flexion is not good. You want to maintain a neutral spine by bracing your core, holding it nice and tight as if someone was going to punch you in the stomach. Once I'm set up with my feet and my hands on the bar, I'm going to drop my hips to create that triangle, pull my shoulders back tight, weight back on my heels, drive, bring the bar straight up, and make sure that my hips are all the way through. I'm squeezing my butt, again, so that the weight is loaded to my hips and not my lower back. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you find yourself standing at the top like this, all of that weight from the bar is being pulled right here. It's being held up by your lumbar spine. So you want to squeeze your butt, drive your hips through, keep those shoulder blades back and down so that weight is loaded to your hips. They're built to stand that, your lower back is not. And those are barbell deadlifts.